Alright, so we have under documents in our folder MGT 4260 in subfolder data we have sales.xlsx file, right? Okay. Now remember that file has two sheets, okay, Australia and United States, and it has a bunch of columns. Okay, so I'm going to, if this file is open, then you cannot create library for that Excel file in SAS. So you have to close it. So I'm going to close it. All right. So the code is libname. Okay, let me open a new program. All right, libname. Okay. And we have to create a new libname. Okay, library name. Not the one that we created already, because that's already there. Now we need a new library name to be associated with the Excel file, right? So libname, and this is supposed to be a company called Orion, and we'll call this library Orion X. Okay. And then you provide the path and the file name. So the path is that. Okay, so that's our path right there. Okay, so going all the way up to MGT 4260. So this has to be specified within double quotation mark. Ampersand path will substitute those letters with the path. Okay, and then actually the data is in the subfolder data. Okay, and then sales.xlsx. Okay, I missed one thing. So we have to provide the engine. So we have to specify the engine, which is Excel. Okay. And of course we end the statement with what? Semicolon. Exactly. Oh well, I have to first have a matching double quotation mark and then semicolon. That's it, and that will create, okay, the library. So now if you double click libraries, then you see Orion X library has been created, and if you double click that, and you see the two sheets converted into SAS data file. So there is a $sign at the end of it, right? Those are the names. Okay. So the sheet name and then a $sign. So that's what is the name. Okay, so if you double click that, would you like to choose a different library? Well, no, you'll have to. Okay, so there it is. Okay, you can see. Well, anyway, let's look at the contents, right? So the proc name for examining the contents, so that will be, metadata of the table is proc contents, and then where for the proc contents should be run with what data table. So, and that's what data is. So data equal to, okay, we can specify a particular SAS data table, or we can specify an entire library, and that would be Orion X, right, dot underscore all. that's the syntax for specifying all, and then another underscore, dot underscore all underscore, and then end the statement with a semicolon as always, right? And then run just that. I need to have run. All right. Okay. So now we have two results. One for sheet Australia. Okay. And what are the variables and the format applied to those variables when the data was brought in. Okay, and the second sheet, again, all the variables, the type, and then the format that was used to bring in the data. Okay, that's it, and then you use it. You know, when this library is opened in SAS, okay, that file is not available, so you cannot, okay, if you try to open, it will give you a read-only warning. Because it is open in SAS, you cannot open it in Excel for editing. You can only open it on a read-only basis. Okay. So if you're done with the library and you want to release it, right, you don't want to keep it attached, then what you have to do is to specify the libname Orion X, right, and then say clear, semicolon. So that will clear the library. Okay. So now Orion X is gone. Okay. Now this will work with range name as well. Suppose if you have in the Excel sheet a data that has a range name associated with it, then that range will be converted into a SAS table in the library. So both the sheet, and if there are any range names, and the range names also will be available to you as a SAS data table. Okay, and the same goes with for the same process can be used for, well, with access. Okay, let's see whether we have an access table here. We don't. Oh, that is access database. Okay, so here are the tables in the access database. So now Orion, okay, I think this is access, and then the name is book data dot ACCDB. All right. And if we run that part, okay, so now we have, go to, there is Orion X with data tables for each sheet or each table in Access. Okay, and here are the product contents results. Okay, and if you're done with it, then you run the library libname clear, libname library name clear, then that library will be cleared.